If I told you the weather would be perfect every day for the next 20 years, you'd say that's pretty optimistic, right? Maybe even impossible? Well, that kind of best-case scenario thinking might influence how investments in your pension fund are being managed, specifically by assuming the forecast for the future will always be sunny, with those investments delivering a higher rate of return than is likely. Choosing a more realistic assumed rate of return, a prediction of how your pension fund's investments should perform over a period of time, is one of the most important decisions your pension board makes. Here's why. As a pension board thinks of ways to meet its promises to current and future retirees, it meets with investment advisors. The advisors have two main jobs. First, to suggest how money added to the fund from employees and taxpayers should be invested, and second, to forecast how much those investments will earn in the market. This forecast is called the assumed rate of return. Estimating the assumed rate of return plays a key role as the board works to ensure the fund will have enough money in the future to pay all the pension promises it's made. There are other factors as well, making this a bit like balancing a seesaw. On one side are expenses, all the benefits the fund pays out, plus the costs to run it. On the other are the fund's assets, contributions from employees and taxpayers, plus investment returns on those contributions. In planning for the future, the pension board uses the assumed rate of return to decide what contributions the fund will need from employees and taxpayers. Choosing a higher, more optimistic assumed rate of return means that fewer contributions will be needed, at least in the short run. But since investments can have both good and bad years, choosing that higher assumed rate of return is a little like predicting perfect weather for years to come. If actual returns meet, or are better than, the assumed rate of return, then there should be enough money to pay promised benefits. But if actual returns don't meet those expectations, there's a risk that contributions may have been too low, while the pension promises stay the same. The use of overly optimistic assumed rates of return is clouding pension plan outlooks across the country. In fact, these unrealistic assumed rates of return are leaving many funds billions of dollars in debt. So what can be done to help fix this? At Equable, we're working with employees, employers, policymakers, and others to help policymakers adopt realistic rates of return. You can help. Share this video with others, then learn more about today's pension plan challenges. Equable. Let's create a safer, more secure retirement for public workers everywhere.